Fine. What do you do to relax? Perhaps yoga, perhaps a long walk in the countryside. Well, some of us are choosing a rather unusual way of relieving the stresses of daily life. Slime.
Yes, with the help of how-to videos on social media, millions of people are making slime at home. Why is it such a hit? Tim Muffet is the man to find out.
What is slime?
Squidgy, sticky, satisfying.
Not quite liquid, not quite solid, versions of slime have been on sale since the 70s. But over the past year or so, slime has become huge, especially when it's homemade.
Just amazing.
Why is it amazing?
It's like really, it's interesting. Stress relief. Yeah.
Right, so this is the consistency that you're looking for.
Laura organises slime parties and workshops.
The children just love getting messy and enjoy making it.
Ingredients vary, but often include PVA glue, bicarbonate of soda, shaving foam and contact lens solution.
When you keep squishing it, it just makes really weird sounds and it's satisfying in an unusual way.
So if I'm doing homework and I get a bit stressed, you can just play with it, and it's just really fun to play with.
Slime might be a physical phenomenon, but its popularity has rocketed thanks to social media and online videos.
Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be filming an Instagram slime smoothie.
Many have been viewed many millions of times.
It's come over from America via social media. Without social media, the slime wouldn't be like this at all.
So many things you can do with slime.
Name them.
Well, one, it's glittery. Two, it's like a big bubblegum thing, and you can make a big thing, and you can put it over people's big bouffant hairs.
Is that right? Talisa, is that right?
I guess that is something you can definitely do with
Health and
it.
safety tells me you shouldn't do the last one, but you've come into, what, are you going to mix some up for?
I am going to. So the base of everything is PVA glue, and this is the main thing that you use to make slime. It's just really easy. You add a tiny bit of this, but this can be quite hard, so we just want to add a tiny bit of lotion as well.
Can we, so we can see, can we get an shot inside there? There we go.
Okay. And then we just add our activator, and today we're just going to be using a borax activator, and this mixes everything
Borax
together.
is good stuff, is it?
It depends on what your view on it is. It's very time efficient. It's
I just smell it.
Glue.
It doesn't smell. No, it doesn't really smell.
it smells like lotion.
Flipping glue.
It's PVA glue. It isn't the same thing.
So you're mixing it up now, yeah?
Yeah, and it just starts pulling together. It was originally really, really gooey, and it's still pretty much there.
Can you make it a better colour?
Yes, you can add some paint in.
This is like blue pizza, isn't it?
You're very
Like
good,
the pizza.
Charlie.
So you're going to mix that through?
Yeah.
And clearly at the moment it's the wrong consistency.
Yeah, so what happens is the PVA in PVA glue is a polymer chain, and when borax powder is added into water, it releases ions, and when this mixture is added into the glue, it basically joins onto the original polymer from the PVA glue, and everything just mixes together and makes a big semi-solid.
Can we say, so this is something obviously that can be done at home, but you do need to be, there are a few health and safety things you need to be aware of. So if you could have allergic reactions to the PVA glue, it's quite, gummy on your hands, whatever, you need to be quite mindful of this and borax. So this is something that should be done with an adult or a Charlie.
I think that with anything you have to be cautious on allergies.
Yeah.
But PVA glue is used PVA glue is used in schools, and it's not a particularly hazardous thing to make with the lotion and things like that. The only thing, sorry.
I think you squirted me there.
The only thing that you have to be cautious about is the activator you use. But you can use Casual's laundry starch, which is just things that you use on clothes, and you can use Ariel detergent. So it doesn't have to be borax. I just find that borax is the easiest. Oh, it's
Why
pulling
is it
together.
So, is it? Oh, okay. Is it just time?
Yeah,
How
it's
long does
just
it normally take?
Normally about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Did you expect to have 6 million people watching you do this on YouTube?
No way.
This is what you do. You kind
Yeah,
of
this is
vlog
my
this stuff.
full-on job now, and you never expect
making
it.
slime?
Yeah, you never expect
6
it to
million
get
people
to
watch.
this level, but it does, and it's just absolutely insane. So once it gets to this stage, this is where it gets a bit messy. So you have to stir it up even more. And as you can see, it's pulling away from the sides. And then eventually it starts pulling together. I think it's going to take a bit more time.
Can I be the boring adult?
Go ahead.
In terms of how easy is it to get out of clothes? What happens? Does it get stuck in your hair, etc., etc.?
No. If it's put in your hair, it's just PVA glue, so you can wash it out. It's very, very easy. And to get out of clothes, it depends on what paints you use, if I'm honest. This one is just a standard one from like a local supermarket, so it's really, really easy.
What's the best thing you've done with slime?
You just have to keep stirring it.
Thank you.
Well, it's actually really fun to make sounds with it, and I think that's why people enjoy it so much. Yeah.
What sound?
So, and this one isn't pulling together particularly well, but
I blame Charlie.
Listen.
That's not a sound.
It's not making much noise. It's not pulling together. But normally what happens is it pulls away from the sides when you start mixing it a bit more. And then you can start stretching
Your elbow
it.
into it, Charlie.
I think we've got the wrong consistency.
Yeah, I think maybe
messed
this.
up?
No, it wasn't me. I made
Wait,
some
who was
pre-made
it then?
solution.
It was you.
It was all your hard work.
You, Charlie, messed it up.
Well, it looks more like a sort of icing mix at the moment.
Yeah. So
Let's be honest.
what we would need is more borax, but I just didn't want to bring too much on the show because it takes a bit of time to mix it all in. But once you mix it in like this, as we can see from making the mixtures and seeing the clips before.
So this is the moment where you say that thing, here's what we made earlier.
Here's what we made earlier,
Really
and
perfect ones that
point to
behind
the
us.
screen. But normally it pulls together and you can stretch it out and you can basically mold it and make lots of sounds with it, and it becomes really stress relieving.
What kind of sounds?
So it makes poking sounds, crunching sounds. You can trap hair in it, and like you said, you can make that thing if you want to do a bouffant over your hair, things like that. And it's just really fun. Some people actually like to make bubbles, then climb under the bubbles and pop them. So it's quite exciting.
I think
fun
you should thing.
set
up a slime fun house.
What, like activity days,
Like
for
proper
birthdays?
big, house so you could go under the bubbles of slime. And I think you should employ Charlie as your working elf to make
I think
all your
this was
slime.
a valiant effort for your first attempt, even though it was definitely me because I bought the wrong
I
ingredients.
think you're very generous. I think a lesson there is don't have Charlie help you make anything.
I'm magnanimous enough to accept that I had a role to play in that going so badly. Look, it's completely runny.
I know, but normally what happens is it pulls together a bit more, but you just need a little bit of a more concentrated solution should this happen at home.
I think it needed glitter too.
Yeah.
Talisa, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
coming
having
in and
me.
attempting to make this.